to work with the and GitHub repository as a Playwright Automation Tester, how we are going to work end to end. I will go and explain to you. Try to concentrate. Now, try to understand basic need. In any organization, different automation testers are going to be there. Automation test engineers. Automation test engineer 2. Automation test engineer 3, like this. What is our role here? To develop the automation tester scripts based on the given scenarios. But end of the day, all these three testers, what are the scripts are developed, those has to be combined and we have to go for the execution. But different systems where they are working, how we can integrate all these scripts, how we can go for the execution, there's a problem it is for the purpose. So where we are going to use the one common repository, we are going to use common repository, where they are going to use the common repository. This repository is going to be connected to your local systems. So our local systems. End of the day, we have to publish the automation tester script in common repository, and where test lead can go for the review individual scripts and is going to merge all the tester scripts into a repository it is. Okay, this is the activity real-time required. For this, we have to use some repositories. That's called Git and GitHub repositories we are going to call. So why do we learn Git? Try to understand why we have to learn the Git it is. Imagine you are working on a Playwright automation project. You create a login test today. Tomorrow, your teammate updates the payments test. Other teammate fix a bug it is. Then the question is going to ask, how do all these changes stay organized? The answer is Git. That means Git helps multiple testers work on the same project without losing the code it is. Okay. That is the structure. That is Git is going to be used. Now understand one by one we are going to discuss Git. Git is a version control system or source code management tool. It will track the changes in files. Platform independent, free, and open source. Can effectively handle the large projects. Git is a version control system installed in our local system, where you can install this, where we have the Git repository. Git repository. Local system has to be installed. The repository on local machine is called as local repository, or in simple you can call client repository. You can interact with the GitHub, the remote repository, using Git commands like push, pull, fetch, clone, diff. Like this, some commands are available. Those commands we can use to interact with the GitHub remote repository. Where is the remote repository? Here it is. Is the Git. Local repository is the Git. Remote repository is the GitHub repository. Okay. Now I use one thing here about the VCS, version control system. What is the meaning of the version control system? It keeps all the updates to the documents or source code. Each update creates a new version, while old versions also preserved for the future reference. Suppose one document you taken, you written updations are done. If you save it is in our local system, generally what happens, update version only will be there. You can't find the previous version. But when you go for the version control system, it will maintain the updated version as well as previous version also. So we can revert to any previous version if needed. You don't want, you can go back. Version control ensures all versions are maintained and organized. What is that GitHub? GitHub is an online platform that hosts the Git repositories. It allows you to store, manage, and share your code with others. Teams can be collaborate, review changes, and track project history. It also supports features like issue tracking, pull request, and project management. The basic understanding of the Git and GitHub. Git, which is installed on local system, where GitHub is the website. Now this is the website. GitHub.com. Okay, like this. Track code, store the code online. Store the code online. Local repository, remote repository. Command line to collaboration platform it is. Different teams can access it is. That's a collaboration platform it is. Now, hope it is clear. Git and GitHub. Now we are going to see how to work it is with Git and GitHub. The prerequisites to work on the Git and GitHub, two things are required. First thing, you have to install the Git in our local system, and you should create the account in the GitHub repository. Okay, there are two prerequisites. First step, get Git installation. Git installation. So it can be installed and interacting two ways, using GUI, using command line interface. So how to install it is, go to this URL. If you go for this URL, how? So you can click here, it will download and install it is. Okay. So on your desktop, whether it is installed or not, go for the open Git bash here. So GM is, this is the one. Okay. The other one is, if you go for the show more options, command line interface it is the one, and this is GI based. So which one we can prefer? This is OS independent compared to this one. That's the reason most of the cases we are going to prefer the command based interface. Okay, command based interface. Okay, like this. Okay. Now, what is the next thing? I said you have to create the account with GitHub. This is the URL. You can create the URL here, right? The account you have to create it using this URL. Okay. Now, in real time, what happens? You understand actual in the real time process how it is going to be done. Actually, this is the lead who is the responsible to create the your project related playwright related project. And what are the tools or dependencies are required? Tools or libraries are required for your project for automation. Which version of the things are required? Everything is going to provide depends in the Playwright project by using VS Code 18 only. He is going to create one project with required dependencies, and then he is going to once he's created that one, what he will do? He is going to publish in the common repository, the GitHub repository, and he is going to says that what he says. Create the new project, create the local repository, add files, what other things are required, then push the changes to the master branch remote repository GitHub. After he provided here, I guess I created a new project on GitHub. Go ahead and clone it, then continue with your task. Because as a QA tester, we are the responsible to develop the automation tester scripts, right? So we have to create. So, but different structure we followed. Again, there will be some conflict we are going to get when we are going to integrate all of the tester scripts. There is a reason. What is the folder structure required for your project that has to be created by your lead and is going to publish into the GitHub? Then we have to take that one. We have to use it is in our system to update our scripts. Okay. But here, for our practicing purpose, in the company we are not there, one project is required in the GitHub repository. So directly I'm going to create the one repository for us. Showing the list of projects, say click on new, give the project name, Playwright 32 I given. 32 already exists, 34 I given, which is available. Enter the repository name, public to access everyone. Then readme file I want to add. No license, just create the repository. So enter the project name. Description you want to enter, you can enter description here. Playwright training 1, 2, 3, I give description. So click on create. So I enter the name of first I went into the, if you don't find the list of repositories, this is a new icon. You click, go for the new repository. Like that, add me file on, then click on the create repository. So how is going to share lead is going to the test engineers. Once the repository is created here, there is an URL. This URL will be given. Okay, that URL will be given. Now I will show step by step how to work. Try to understand now. Okay. Repository is a folder that stores the project related files and history. So if I go for the real-time company flow, what is happening here? Once you join in the company as an automation tester, either Selenium or Playwright. So company create the project in GitHub. They give you repository URL. So then we are going to clone the repository into our local system. After that, we can update your what are the scenarios are given to you. For those scenarios, you have developed the automation tester script. Then we have to so add your updated files into the staging place. That is the add dot we have to use. Then to save it is commit we have to do. Then you have to go for the push your code into the GitHub repository. Add, so commit to push clone. So the four major commands are going to use. Okay. Now Playwright Automation Tester works in real company after receiving the GitHub repository from the test lead. The real company workflow step by step I given here. So 15 steps completed. Some of you, so up to here only we do my here. This 14, 15, your lead will do. But I will going to show those things also, try to understand. First step, get the repository URL. Your team lead shares the something like this URL. What is the extension? .git. This project already contains the real-time when I are going to work, Playwright framework structure, existing test cases, page objects. If they are preferring the page object mode, page objects, utilities, some Playwright config file, so node file, the package.json, readme file will be available. Now we have to clone the repository. We have to clone the repository. Clone means copy the entire project because you are not going to take the entire project in your system. Just you are going to copy paste work you have to do with this because others also has to use, no? So that is the purpose. So clone means copy entire project from GitHub to your local system. In simple, we have to copy into our system, which we are going to call clone, which include the code history, whatever is the branches, everything. Command for that clone repository URL. Now see how to do the navigation part. First to create one new folder in our local system. Now I'm going to create the one project in my local system. E drive, new folder, automation test. I created one folder called automation projects, automation testing. I given okay. Open the new folder. Open this folder. I create open it is. After open the new folder, right click in this place, go for the show more options. Then you have the so open git bash here. Okay, git bash here. To increase the font size, control plus you can use. Then we can go for the git clone. The URL which I copied, we have to paste it is. Click on enter. See what are the files are there? Everything we got here into the your local system now. Okay. So after this, I want to update this project, right? Now what I will do, I will close this one more. I will go for the VS Code editor. See, there is a step 2 completed. Now I'm trying to show to you step by step. So open the cloned project in VS Code. So I go for the VS Code, directly I go for the new window. File, open folder. Where it is there in my E drive, automation testing. This project I selected. Okay. Now, in the meantime, in your company, there is a possibility, whatever project you cloned from the GitHub repository, in this meantime, your colleagues may be updated some scripts, right? You need updated project it is. For that, go to the view terminal. Okay. So we have to go for the update the project here. How to update the project? Git origin main. The update main branch I want to get it is git pull origin main. Click on enter. So what is saying already up to date it is up to date we have your project. So but real time we don't know no someone is going to update your scripts before going to work. But as I said, different testers are working on the same project, main branch you taken, you updated, that makes the problem. What we have to do, different branches we are going to create first. Then you have to update. So he is going to review on the branches, then he's going to merge it is. Directly, if you do changes in the main, some other things may get the problem it is. So new branch has to be created. Understand my here. Step one completed, get repository URL, clone the project. Step two, open the cloned project in VS Code, install the dependencies, update your local repository. So already in real time Playwright project tested is created, we are going to get the different folder structure. But here, unfortunately, we don't have it. Is only one is there. Now, what I want to provide the required dependencies. So dependencies I want to provide. Okay. So first of all, I want to register this project as a node project. How do you go for that command? Npm install package.just no. Okay, some errors I got distracted. Npm init. Right. Okay. Register the project it is. Not required. Then npm install. Okay. Now it is registered as a node project. Okay. Then Playwright I need to install. So generally, what is the command we are going to use for Playwright? Npm init Playwright at latest we are going to use. Okay. Suppose what I said in the real time, already Playwright is installed, but we need to only update the browsers. Those things only we have to update. At that time, instead of writing the npm init Playwright at latest, just you have to go for the npx Playwright install. Only browsers to update. I understand more. So install the dependencies, npm install, read the package.json file and download all the required project dependent packages for the node model. Then npx Playwright install, download the browser's binaries. Only browsers to update it is. Okay. But in our project, parent is not installed. Everything required it is. So that is the reason npm init parent at latest I use. It will be installed JavaScript, like how we are going to install the Playwright. Test to s. Okay, done it is. Now, meantime, they may be updated something in the repository. I want to update my project. What is that? I need to use here command get pull origin main. Git origin main. So it is up to date. It is now. I have the planet now like this. Update local repository. Now I have to create my own branch. It is. We never work directly on the main branch. Create a now see my here. I will go for here in the terminal itself. Which branch I'm working, I want to know. By default, I'm working on the main branch. I want to create the new branch here. How to create means git suppose checkout hyphen b. Which branch do you want to create? Feature login suppose. New branch I created. Now if you go, which branch I'm working? You are working the feature login branch saying it is. Okay. Now based on the requirement, now you can develop the automation test scripts. I have the one test script here. I will going to create one more test here based on my requirement. So you know how to create the automation test scripts based on requirement. You can create the test scripts like this. Save all changes. So like this automation testers. Once you're not in the local system, whatever local repository you get from the GitHub repository, there we are working it is. Now, so you want to check your scripts are going to execute smoothly or not, we can run the scripts. Okay. Now, how many files? What is the status? Any new files are there or not? I want to see the changes. So we can go for the command git status. So it's showing that untracked files. These are the untracked files, new files are added here. Previous nothing is in all things. So it's saying that untracked files are available, but untracked files present. Use git add. Now what I need to do, this is our staging repository. We are going to GitHub. So we have to add there first my changed files here. How we can do it is command further they're given git add space dot. All the things are going to be added into the. So if you observe that what I'm trying to do, this diagram vertically understand. I got the URL, I locate my local system. Now this from here to, I need to go for the git repository. I need to add the files it is. There is git.add, adding files. This is staging we are going to call. Okay. Now see git status. Now previously those are in the red color untracked files where it is shown to you. Red color. Now we add a track it is. The files are there. Okay, now you need to save it is. We need to save the this files in that we added okay. We need to save it is. So how we can do it is the command called commit we have to use with proper message. Git commit message, adding login automation tests. Proper meaningful message, try to give it is. So already repository I opened and login also is there. So it will not. Otherwise, first time when you are going to do some cases, it may ask you that add commit changes. First time when we do, it will ask username and email. You have to enter your username and password. Now, as per this diagram, try to understand whatever scripts I developed, I in the Git I added and saved it is. Now from there, what I need to do? Still, it is there in my local system. I need to publish into the GitHub repository. Okay, I need to push it is. How do you push it is? Now, if I go only, we have the README file. Now, git push. So, origin branch it is, right? Ma? Branch. Which branch? Which branch I created earlier? Feature login I created. Same thing we have to give it is. Feature login. That's the branch I create. That branch I want to publish into the GitHub repository. I wish to create pull request. It is done. It is saying that. So is there or not? Try to refresh it. Is it is showing that two branches. One is main, other one is main, and your branch feature login. It is there. Okay, this one what we have to do. After that, your lead is so we have to say to the our lead it is a published it is compare and pull request is there no. So that is the next step what we have to do. So 2 3 times you practice, but these things are going to be easy. Commands are going to be easy. Very simple commands. Push or create pull request. Click. So adding login something you can specify here like this. Then create the pull request. Click on this. So it will compare. This is done by the your lead actually. Get the pull request. Then code review. Senior automation engineer review your code. They may check coding standards, proper naming convention followed or not, what is the locators are used, the locator strategy, built-in locators are used, user different locators are used, what are the assertions used or not, reusability of the code, base object model uses, these things. If changes are requested, update your code. You're going to commit the changes, then push again. The pull request updates automatically. After that, you go for the merge. After approval, merge pull request. Your automation code becomes part of the main branch. Then again, start the next task. Switch back to the main branch. Git checkout to main. Get the latest changes. Then again, get pull origin mail to get the latest changes. Again, new branch you create. Again, do the same thing. That is a reputation. So there is no code here. Some comments are there. So there are two ways through user interface also we can do, but that is not practically used. This way, practical in the real time, how we are going to use for code management purpose with the Git and the GitHub repository. Okay, that is the class for us today. So tomorrow continue the session. Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye.